Good morning. Welcome to Santa Monica Beach and the U.S. Beach Open, the inaugural tournament. We are here. It's a beautiful day, and we are getting ready for San Francisco's Fog City, the number 7 seed, and Long Beach Legacy. My name is Allison Regan, and I'm here with Joe Forbes.
Hi, everybody. Good morning. We're pretty excited about this matchup. We got a little bit of surprise here with Long Beach coming from the 5 seed, making it all the way to the 3 seed, and having a good matchup with Fog City, who went 3-1 in their pool yesterday, only losing to the top seed in their bracket. I think on paper, everyone's a little shocked to this matchup. We got the 2 seed. Fog City has a lot of Fury, Revolver, a lot of top players from the Bay Area. You got Mad Dog, you've got Chuck, you've got Slap, Mac Taylor. And then on Long Beach, there's a lot of local team. This team is the old Sports Center team from Layout about 4 years ago that won. They're not a lot of top club players, but they have a lot of beach experience.
They've added an aviator to their squad, Brent George, who's really dynamic on the sand as well.
Yeah, Brent, I believe, plays on your beach league team.
Oh, he does.
Yeah, in the beach league that's in Los Angeles that goes throughout the fall. Brent was a practice player on Aviators when I was on the team 2 years ago, and I didn't get to see him that much. I mean, we didn't really play against each other. I was a handler. He was a cutter, but I got a match up against him this past week, and he's very athletic, very quick, sees the field very well, so he'll definitely be a guy to watch out for. And I think another big player on Long Beach to watch out for is big Jake Bomber. On the beach, as everybody's seen kind of throughout this, height is huge with these 2 pointers. And Jake, I believe, is 6'7". So we'll see if Mac's going to match up against him. Maybe we'll get Strider matched up against him. But given that they did pretty well yesterday, I'm guessing Jake was a pretty big impact in their play.
Yeah, so it looks like they're getting ready to get started. We can give you just their rosters here. So in San Francisco, Fog City, we've got Deanna Bjorkquist, Manisha Daryani, Chuck Kindred, Eric Listener, who also plays for the Aviators, Audrey Lyman, Anna Mad Dog Nazaroff, Castle Sinecroke, Mac Taylor, Jeffrey Voss, Gianna Tesler, Alex Romani, and Bill Liu.
Then on Long Beach, we got Big Jake that we talked about, Jake Bomber. Pretty fun one here, 15-year-old Calvin Brown. So watch out for him. We got Elizabeth Cohen, Daniel Davison, we'll call him Uni throughout the day, or Uni. Alex Drum, Dana Elamich, Brent George, Ava Hanna, Laura Hanna, Emily Harrington, Ashley Landry, and Daniel Landry. So it looks like the teams are coming out to the line here. Looks like on Long Beach we got Jake Bomber, Uni, Emily Harrington, and number 64. Who we'll figure out who that is in a little bit here.
We don't have their numbers on here, unfortunately.
And then Fox City's lining up for the poll.
So if you don't know, so this is 4-on-4 Beach Ultimate, and it's 2 men, 2 women on each line. So it's full gender equity, which is unusual in the sport of Ultimate. Oftentimes we have an odd number of players, so usually have, so for example, 4 men and 3 women. Or on beach, sometimes you play 5-on-5. And here they go. Fog City's going to pull to Legacy.
We got Strider with the pull. Lends into Emily Harrington. She centers to Jake Bomber. We got Uni with a break mark, throw.
Score. Oh,
not in. Uni pushing up line. Throw. Jake's getting a high stall count here, up to Uni. Macked, and Emily makes the grab in the end zone.
Nice score for Legacy. So it's a stall count of 6 out here on the beach when it's 4-on-4, so you got to get rid of that disc pretty quickly.
Yeah, one of the big things you saw there is Jake threw it and really pushed up line. Oh, we got a replay going here.
Right.
Jake at a high stall count, putting up a blade. Jeff Foss gets a block on it. But Emily Harrington's right there for the snag.
Yeah, that's the danger of tipping those discs. You want to catch them if you can.
Yeah, for everybody that's not here, I guess a little bit on the wind. It is actually a little windy this morning, as you probably saw from that disc that popped up. A little bit foggy, but generally pretty nice morning here.
Are they having a conversation about the last point? So it looks like they're talking about whether or not she was actually in when she caught the disc, and now they've agreed it's a score. So it's 1-0 Legacy.
As we were mentioning earlier, you'll see a lot of these teams, Long Beach does it really well because they've been playing a lot of beach, especially with 4-on-4. It's really hard to have your traditional handler cutter set. Just cutters will get too tired with two of them working all the way down there. So you'll see a lot of handlers throw and not necessarily give and go for another catch, but really push up into that cutter position. So look for teams to be successful with that sort of active handler movement. On the line for Fox City, we got Turok and Mac Taylor in Slap and I think Deanna.
Oh, who's Lispy? Calling Slap Lispy?
And we got a pull from Calvin Brown. Max picking up, centering to Slap.
Just looking deep. Nothing.
Center back to Mac. 2-point look. It's going to be short.
Not quite. Good D at Legacy.
15-year-old Calvin Brown picking up the disc. Lefty backhand from the 15-year-old. Turnover for Legacy. Slap picking up. Immediately looking for the hammer to Turok.
Down.
But that wind brings it a little short of his target.
You're good, Mac. Strike.
Long Beach looking at fast break. Moving quick to drum. Mac Taylor on the mark.
Good D.
Oh, Turok.
By listener.
Time.
Up.
Another turn.
That's 4 turns at this point. Let's see if Long Beach can keep it together, slow it down, run their end zone.
Oh, good D's on that strike.
Ooh.
Another turn.
All right, so they're getting a little morning jitters out. It is 9 a.m. start time. People still getting used to their legs this morning. Probably didn't get as good of a warm-up as they wanted. Max back in the ends up for a 2-point look.
Another turn.
And throws it out of bounds. Calvin picking up for Long Beach. Breaks it back to the middle. And Drum finds Calvin over at the corner of the end zone.
Long Beach goes up 2-0.
Yeah, Calvin, again, he's 15 years old. We've been playing against him a little bit here in the area. He's got great throws, as you see from that inside break on the replay. He was actually came out for a practice player with my club team this summer in Los Angeles, and he is phenomenal. He's still a little raw, but he's very athletic. He's like 5'11".
He's come a long way. I played with him down in Long Beach, too, and he learns really quickly, and he's really open to taking advice, and, yeah, he's a good player. He's going to be great.
So that's a break for Long Beach to start. So they're up on the high-powered San Francisco team, 2-0 here.
Yeah, everybody's coming out just a little flat, I think, Sunday morning.
Got Uni with the pull here, upside-down backhand. Strider picking up in the end zone.
She's looking. There it is.
A little too far.
Too fast. Sometimes when you're used to playing on grass, you don't quite get the hang of the sand throws. You got to take it a little bit.
And one of the big things with those away throws on the, in grass, you're really looking for those downwind away throws because the upwind it gets hung and you got receivers that may have to do a 50-50. But on the beach, I find that the 2-pointers or long throws on the beach are much easier going into the wind because the disc sits a lot nicer.
Yeah.
Like this one, out in front of the receiver, although this did float a little bit for Fox City to make a B.
Somebody came over that's got that other deep thinking.
Bill. Oh.
Got Strider on the sideline, putting it deep.
Nice little jump on that. Oh, just a little too far.
Hey, get it back, baby.
Yeah, we talked about it. Downwind, those hucks are going to be a little bit tough to throw, especially that touch leading throw. It's just going to carry with the wind, and it's not that much, but it's making enough of a difference where I think hucks going, right to left from the camera view are going to be a tough throw. So look for that for us again.
All under Alec.
Forcing her back.
No danger.
All around.
Got Long Beach moving it to the middle. Daniel Landry.
That's nice movement by Long Beach. Reset.
Fall over dump.
He caught it.
Swings it back.
nice cut.
Uni breaking it back.
Good.
Uni I find to be one of the hardest people to guard. I mean, lefties are already hard to guard, but with his length on the sand, I always have a horrible time guarding him. He's really hard. But they're just bouncing it back and forth, and we talked about getting good movement from that handler spot, and I think the girls are maybe getting a little tired upfield doing all the work while the guys are just bouncing it between each other.
Yeah,
Let's see if...
seeing some of the open players downfield.
Yeah, let's...
The defensive player was blocked.
We do have timeouts on beach. This might be a good time to use one. Oh, but we... Oh.
A little too far.
Here we go, Fog. Here we go.
Maybe that would have been a good time to use a timeout. But now we got the disc on the goal line. Strider looks a little tired, but he's taking his time to walk it up.
Mad Dog's back for the other handler position. They're wide open.
Beautiful. Push up field, Bill.
6 seconds. 6 seconds.
That stall count is getting high.
Wow.
Stall. Called stall on the sideline.
All right, here we go, Fog. Here we go, Fog.
Contested? No contest.
That's what we talked about. The handler's really got to push up because you have 1 pass, 2 pass, and you've already got a second cutter with nobody within 30 yards of the disc. So
Got to get that dump set really fast. Give her an option. That's a nice put.
wow, what a catch.
That's a great throw.
Long Beach out to a 3-0 lead on Fox City.
That's surprising.
Yeah, and we can see it on replay. Uni centers it over.
It was a lovely forehand upfield.
And you see these touch throws going down the way into the wind I was talking about. It's just a lot easier to catch when they're floating rather than just sailing out of bounds.
It came to her right in time, just before the defender got there. And that's another thing about what's nice about 4-on-4 is you see a lot of those woman-to-woman passes because you can really take advantage of that gender equity out there.
All right, Long Beach with the pull. Jeff Foss grabbing it, centering it to Turok. Nice D from Calvin.
Yeah.
Looking good, White. Here we go. Here we go, White.
Bouncing it, moving across field. Nice grab,
Nice
Jeff.
grab, layout grab. That's better movement from Fox. There you go.
And Turok just dominating that point with a lot of give and goes.
Yeah.
Turok,
That was good movement from Fox City for sure.
yeah, Turok's got a lot of familiarity with the 4x4 beach game. I mean, he plays in the fall league, and you see that sort of aggressive mindset from the handler position really to get up into that cutter spot. You see him here, analyze the field.
He throws it and goes right away. That's important.
And on beach, it's so hard to make up a step. He had a step on Calvin, put him on his back, and it's pretty tough for Calvin to catch up once Turok's got a step.
Yeah. We're breathing a little hard on the sidelines there.
You know, it's a
Welcome
smaller
to
field, so
Sunday
you wouldn't think it'd be that hard, but with 4 people on it, you just have to do so much work every point.
Yeah,
I mean,
and bear in mind, this is sand, and it's fairly deep sand.
yeah, and Dan Ottinger was making a very good point yesterday when he was talking about the sand over here in Santa Monica and that it's so thick and heavy.
Yeah.
And you go to other beach tournaments and, you know, whether it's wet or whether it's just a thinner patch of sand, you know, you can kind of skip across it. But this one, you're really digging in on every single step.
You're using different muscles. That's absolutely right. There's big Jake Balmer.
Oh.
Lucked out.
Jake with the disc near the end zone, bouncing it to Uni.
Oh, he had somebody. Oh.
Bouncing it to Jake. Uni pushing up line.
Score.
And another score for Long Beach.
Go up 4-1.
It's kind of interesting. Well, here we go. Look at the replay. Jake throwing it to Uni.
It was a little sloppy in there. But then you just get, as you were talking about before, you get that one step.
And here he is bursting up line
Yeah.
and jumping in the end zone for the score.
You're talking about the different types of sand. Even just down in Long Beach, it's a lot thinner. So it's a lot easier to skip around on the sand. But here it is definitely thick.
Yeah, for me, I was pretty excited about seeing this game. I mean, I have not seen Mad Dog up close, and as a handler, I just love her game. She moves the ball so well. She's so calm with the disc, and we haven't seen a lot from her today, so she's on the line right now. Let's see if she gets pretty active this point.
Yeah, she needs
I think
to be
the
a bigger
guys for
factor.
Long Beach are pretty stacked, and they've been working mostly through them.
Oh, they're going.
Wow, exciting near the back of the end
really
zone.
Nice defense.
Looks like we've got an uncontested foul based on the hand slap.
Okay.
And that's what we got. We got an uncontested foul. Truck's going to tap it in. Fox City's got the disc on the goal line, looking to score.
Step back, Andre.
Waiting for cuts.
Contested stall on the goal line.
We're going to talk about it for a second.
The debate is whether the S in 6 was said, and that is true. Not the T in 10, the S in 6. Looks like we got a contested stall.
Yeah. Comes in on 4 in that.
Nice break throw.
That was a great throw.
That was a beautiful break throw.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the kind of throws we were expecting a little bit more of Fox City out here, was to really just be able to throw their players open.
Right.
You know, with a lot easier throws. And it seemed like they've tried a couple tough deep throws, which, you know, they had another one right there and got maybe bailed out by a foul. I don't know if Turok would have came down with that.
That's inside. That inside out was really pretty. Really caught him off guard.
Yes, let's see this Fox City, see if they can make a comeback here. I mean, this is kind of the middle of the half where they can get comfortable with that 2-point lead.
And 4-2 on a beach game where you can get a cross-gender 2-pointer, that's not a very big lead. So
No, it is not. We actually haven't seen, I think, a legitimate 2-point attempt at all, because even that last one was guy to guy and was in front of the end zone. So these teams don't seem to be too obsessed with that, and I don't know if that's from... It's early and they're not necessarily thinking too much about what's going on the field, or if they didn't really find much success with those looks yesterday. But it looks like Jake is looking for a 2-pointer, and they turn it over. Long Beach had a lot of success just running their offense, but the first time they try to force a 2-point look, they get a turn right near their end zone. Fox City running a lot of handler movement.
There you go.
Oh, and a point block.
I think she called foul.
But a point block foul. So we'll go back to Fox City on the goal line, coming out on 0.
Looks like it's uncontested.
High stall count, but gets it off. Long Beach playing great defense until that hammer over the brink side. Jake left his guy thinking that it was coming back to his side.
Yeah, I think the hammer might have taken him a bit by surprise there.
Yeah, poaching is really ineffective on 4v4. You know, you can even see it a little bit on the big field on 5s. But on this, with just having 2v2, you poach one.
He definitely let him go.
The only time you really see effective poaches are when you see, same gender back setting up a 2-point look, same gender downfield, and you sort of see a bracketing downfield. But other than that, it's really sort of an ineffective practice. But we got a break for Fox City, so now we got 4-3. They got Mac Taylor and Strider, Slap, and I think Deanna on the line. Got a bit of a height mismatch on this one, so let's see if they can rack up another break. Two guys back.
Saying danger, because if they go now, they're out of danger. When they're in the end zone, they call danger in case there's a danger for 2-pointer.
Swinging it to Uni.
Oh, she's wide
It's
open.
inside break.
We'll dump back. Nice
It's a fun
inside
matchup
out.
with Uni and Mac. They're both kind of rangy, lanky guys. Uni trying to go every other right now. There's a call made. Slap get bumped in the head over there.
Oh, yeah. Oh, she might be. She's trying to shake it off, but she might be coming off. Yeah, they're subbing out. It's an injury sub, so the dark team has the option of subbing out if they want, but doesn't look like they're going to.
Hopefully Slap's all right. We got a sub in. And Mac's about to tap it in.
Nice back cut.
Strike, strike!
And Landry finds Uni in the end zone, beating Mac up line. Yeah, Long Beach seems to be pretty content bouncing it back a lot of times between their guy handlers, and it may seem fine for right now, but I just fear that their girls are going to get a little tired doing a lot of work downfield.
Yeah, they might want to bring back one of them to be in that handler position.
Yeah, and it doesn't even need to be from the start, but really from the centering pass, once they get it upfield to one of those girls, the guy's got to boost up into the cutter position and maybe have the girl drop back at that point. But
it is effective, just swinging it back and forth. That's a great option on its end because you can really wait for those cuts to get open.
All right, so we got Turok, Mad Dog, Chuck out there for Fog City. We got Alex Drum ready for the pull.
Let's go, Brad.
Brent George making his first appearance on the beach.
Yeah, he may have had a little bit of a fun night last night and had a rough morning getting up Santa Monica. It is a drive from Long Beach.
Oh, but he's fast down the field, so that's a good sign for Long Beach.
Chuck bringing it down to Mad Dog.
Alex, you're hot. Alex, you're hot. Alex.
Up to wide open
Cut back
Turok.
to the disc.
Stay active.
There's Mad Dog.
Mad Dog moving up to the middle, bouncing it out to Turok.
Fog City's moving it well at this point. Nice.
Wow.
Nice grab.
No break.
Getting a little stagnant though.
A little bit. I think Chuck's having a tough time getting open on Brent. There we go.
Oh, and a great grab. Passing a bidding Long Beach player. I think that's Dina, actually.
And that was Audrey Lyman with the score.
Now we got Turok pointing to exactly where he wants to throw the disc, but it's not there, so he bounces it back to Mad Dog. And a beautiful outside in over to the corner.
Mad Dog Lyman, great.
Oh.
In front of that defender, she almost got it.
Did she have a fingertip on that? It looked like the hand was over the disc as she caught it.
That was a nice connection. Audrey Lyman is on the new Bay Area Donuts team. Just formed from some old Groove players.
Yeah, there's actually a couple Donuts players because Strider's on Donuts and so is Jeff Voss with the disc right now
Bill
pulling.
And Jeffrey are all on the Donuts team. Who we got out there? So Jake Bomber again, Calvin.
Got Calvin bring down the pull to Emily. You know, Jake's been more of a handler this game. I'm kind of looking forward to see him 50-50 balls in the end zone, but, you know, they're having a lot of success with him in the backfield.
Oh, looks like a... They're discussing a foul call, maybe? Looks like the defender might have called a foul.
There's a lot of discussion around this point.
That's a contested foul. They're talking about it. So she's going to...
Even if it's contested, Long Beach is going to be in a tough position here. They got Jake 2 feet away from the disc, straight behind, and they got Calvin pretty tightly guarded by Bob up there.
A high count too, I bet. A contested foul, if it's up above 4, it goes back to 4. Is that right?
Yes. Yeah. Yeah, same 6 minus 2. Yeah, should be coming up 4.
So it's coming in on 4. And they've got some pretty close. Yeah, that's a good
that was pretty much the only look she had.
Did he catch it? So
no, just out of his reach.
That was the right throw to get it down into that end zone. So now they have to go the full length of the field. And I don't think she really had anything else.
Danger.
Fog City trying to back it up, looking for that 2-pointer. They keep jumping into the end zone.
They have it if they want it. Oh, not quite far enough.
These teams are struggling a little bit with their deep shots. I don't know if I've seen one successful one. We did have that one to Turok where he got fouled.
They're even having trouble getting the disc that far. Nice grab by Calvin.
Nice bounce. Jake's pointing where he wants people to go, and they're not going there. Oh, they finally do. Oh, and a great diving layout grab.
Very beautiful layout. Perfect placement for her to grab that.
And Long Beach celebrating like they just won the tournament, but it's only, I think, 6-4 right now. But that was a big point.
Directing traffic, and then he finally. She had a nice step.
Wow, what a great catch.
Great grab.
You know, it's funny, the slow-mo vision, you see these people's necks just snap forward. And I mean, she looks happy now, but I would just be rubbing my neck. I saw Spike, the tournament director, yesterday take a pretty good neck slap as he was catching it in the end zone.
That every time I bid.
I know. And
face plant. I don't know why.
And we all seem fine, but watching it in slow-mo, it just makes my neck cringe, and I just need to give myself a massage.
It definitely, you feel it the next day.
All right, so 6-4 Long Beach. We got a pull coming up right here. Strider bringing it down. Slaps catching it. Looks like she's okay from that head injury she had a couple points ago.
Ooh, she let him just a little too much.
Long Beach very close to the end zone, but trapped on that sideline. And Drum with the catch near the end zone, and that is half. Long Beach up 7-4.
Long Beach is dominating this game. They're moving it really quickly and easily down the field. Here's the replay. Oh, she had just a step on her.
Brent realizing he doesn't have that throw. That comes back. And Drum just sneaks up line.
Just catches him off guard.
And Turok's much faster than Drum, but it's so hard to catch up, too. I mean, once you get a step, it is so difficult to catch up.
That's right.
On the beach.
It's a good matchup, a better matchup than I think that we were expecting. Long Beach has really come out firing.
Yeah, I think Long Beach kind of always surprises people. I mean, they don't have, as we said before the game, any of the big names that a lot of these San Francisco teams have, but they definitely have a lot of chemistry.
And they have a lot of experience on the beach. They're used to playing together, and particularly on the sand down Long Beach.
Yeah, and a lot of these teams that didn't have experience were struggling. The more prototypical stacked rosters weren't as successful yesterday as you maybe think. I mean, Team Eric did go 4-0, but we had I think a 16 seed win their pool. It was the LA team who have all they have all beach league players in it, and there's a lot to be said for this style of play and having familiarity with it and how to push the 2-pointers or how to sit back from them.
And just to recognize when you're open, I think that's what's different even than 5-on-5 beach ultimate. And 4-on-4, you're always in the play. You've always got to be ready. So you can't set up those cuts. You can't take a long time setting up those cuts that I think you do when the stall count is 10. So you've really got to be ready for that disc all the time with a stall count of 6. Yeah,
well, you talked about setting up the cuts. That's a great point because, I mean, you see a lot of people get open and they just run a direction that their defender is sort of, not guiding them towards.
Right.
And with all the space that you've got out here, because only 4 people, a lot of players can just throw it over to the break side, over to space, and you can just get open that way. So
that's right.
We'll see if Fox City adjusts. I mean, I think they're playing a little bit more grass ultimate right now.
I think so too. I think it's really interesting, and especially on the sand, where you got to take what your defender gives you. So a lot of times you're already open, and I see people like running toward their defender when if they just stand there and turn around, they're already open. And so people don't recognize that so much.
Yeah.
You can't do that on the grass.
So I see Slap talking to her team over there. What do you think she's talking about?
Maybe just trying to pump them up a little bit. They're a little flat.
They do seem a little flat. I feel like Mac Taylor and Turok and Mad Dog, maybe should be out there taking over this game a little bit.
Yeah, I agree.
These are some of the top players.
And maybe they need to take some 2-point chances. It's like that's a real strategic advantage if you can take advantage of it.
Yeah, it's been a little hard. I mean, looking down on it, where the cutters are, it seems like everyone's giving pretty decent cushion on the backside, not wanting them to take those 2-point looks.
Oh, is that what's going on?
But I agree, they got to find a way to set it up, and you got to set up way more creative ways than they're doing. I mean, they're basically having a centering pass and hoping that they just get open downfield. But a lot of times you'll see some of these 2-pointers work from, cutter coming all the way up from the cutter position, catching it in the end zone, and then as that's happening, one of the opposite gender handlers running deep from the end zone as that's happening. And it's those kind of movements that you'll see setting up a lot more 2-pointers. And we see at least a lot in our LA league, a lot come off of a turn because that's when people are really not set for anything.
Exactly.
They can't prepare for a two-pointer by pulling short or giving cushion or having a bracket. So you wonder that if Legacy has some turnovers in the end zone, that Fog City doesn't look for some quick two-pointers coming off a turn.
And that's where it really makes a difference. If you're used to playing on this style of play where you're used to looking for those two-pointers, that really can be a real advantage. So I'm not sure Fog City is used to playing in that way.
All right, we got some help during the halftime, so hopefully we'll have better name recognition with some of these players as we got some of the numbers that tie some of these players. So it looks like we got Mac Taylor and Jeff Foss out there for Fog City, and we got Mad Dog and I think Gianna Tessner. I think I see a 4 over there. Yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
You know, a lot of people say 7-4 is one of the scariest scores in Ultimate. I guess it's 8-5 in normal grass Ultimate, but, you know, we got the same here. And you feel like you've got a good lead. It's 3 points. You've got pretty good control over it. They need multiple scores to get back into this game, but that score seems to get evaporated a lot, especially when the, you know, favored team is the one that's down. You may have woken them up.
That's right.
By starting up on them.
To start, if they score this 7-5, looks a lot different than 8-4.
Mad Dog getting bumped in the face with the pink disc. Seems like she's all right, though. Gave a little smile after she got hit there.
She's definitely taken a little bit more charge. There you go. That's
and a floaty throw up to Mac.
Oh, D by Brent George.
And he was sandwiched there and a foul call. And from my perspective, that didn't really look like a foul. It looked like Matt backed up into a standing Brent George.
Yeah, it looked like White.
But I understand not having eyes in the back of your head. You would have thought that the guy just cleans you out from the back.
Right. Might be an uncontested foul. So they're taking on the goal
Brent
line.
is a very nice guy this morning.
Yes. He's a very spirited player all around. Disc is in. They're looking. He's looking. Nothing yet.
Mac doesn't have a lot of looks. Oh, he finds Mad Dog. Whoop.
Nice D-bid.
Jump falls over and the wide open break side throw.
Number 4 to Gianna Tessler does that score. So that was big. That's what we were talking about. So now it's only a 2-point game, and Fog City's right back in it.
Mad Dog, I thought she was going to throw that IO, and I really wanted to see it.
Yeah. I wonder why she held off.
Well, she faked off her mark well enough that she got the easy around and played more fundamental Ultimate. I mean, those IO flicks near the end zone for short yardages are tough throws, but
sometimes if that D wants to lay out, you can just flick that right away.
Yeah. But as a spectator, we wanted to see the cool throw. All right, so we got Turok pulling with Strider. We've got
We need your numbers.
Deanna and I think Castle Cinekrop out there. Fog City.
Got Jake Bomber, Calvin Brown, and we're going to get the women in just a second. Ava and Lauren for Long Beach. Calvin's going to pick it up.
Center to
Jake's
Jake.
looking. Out of the end zone, so no 2-pointers.
Rock, you good. Alex. Rock, you good. Ron, Castle.
Bouncing it over the break side. Oh, Turok with a bid on Calvin. Doesn't get it. And he sees Jake wide open, but doesn't hit him.
Castle. Good. Castle.
Well, good defense from Fox City on this point, but just better throws right now from Long Beach. And Calvin in the end zone over Turok.
Wow.
You would never guess he's 15 until you hear it from us.
Right.
Or from his dad the first time he showed up to tryouts, because I thought he was a college kid. You know, he's got such smooth throws, pretty athletic for a 15-year-old. A lot of 15-year-olds haven't developed the sort of muscle that allows them to be quick and fast out there. He's got that sort of lanky build that a lot of 15-year-olds have, but look at him just grabbing that over Turok.
A little bit higher. Yeah.
Maybe the Aviators coaches are looking at that video and saying maybe Calvin needs to be our star player next year as he roofs one of the Aviators captains from last year.
All right, so For Long Beach now we've got Alex Drum, Dina Emelec, Daniel Davison, and Lauren Hanna.
Fox City's got some.
Sorry, no, Lizzie Cowan.
Fox City's got 2 big guys on this line plus slap. You wonder if they're going to look to set up a 2-pointer here.
I really wish they would. And I like the female to the male in the end zone. But they're not going to do it. They're out of the end zone.
No danger, no danger. Alex, you're hot. Alex, you're hot. Alex, you're hot.
Oh, she's back in the end
So
zone.
hot, Alex. Big.
Oh, and a hand block.
Wow.
Get in, Andre.
And to be honest, Mac had steps on that. That was probably going to be a 2-pointer. I mean, that's a 3-point swing right there with the layout point block.
Wow. So double happiness by number 6, who is Dina Emelec.
And here it is. And just gets a hand on that. Oh, and Uni just caught it off that. And she just hustles over to the open side and scores.
That's a beautiful cut. Great work by her.
And actually, now that I'm looking at it, I think Dina plays for Dorado, and she's a college player at UCSD, if this is who I think it is. And yeah, she's phenomenal. She picked up the game as I'm guessing as a freshman because she was pretty raw the first time I saw her. But she's probably about a junior now, and obviously looking great out there.
Yeah, she's got nice height, which always helps. Okay. Long Beach, we've got Ava Hanna, Alex Drum, Brent George, and Lauren Hanna. And then on the other side, Mad Dog, Jeffrey Voss,
I think Bob Lowe.
Gianna Tessler, and 88.
Bill Lowe.
It's pulled out of bounds. They can either take it on the sideline, or they can take the brick, or they can center it on the end zone for if they want to go for 2. Remember, take it on the sideline.
Yeah, straight D, Alex. Alex, Alex, Alex.
And Fox City just having to punt it.
Great punt. Wow, just got it. It was a high count. He just had to put it, and they really read that right.
Yeah, I'm surprised more teams haven't started pulling near the sideline, because starting as a trap disc, when it takes so long for the handler to clear out and a fill to happen, which it was there and required Bill to punt it, you just think that would be a little bit of strategy. But I mean, you're tired out there. It's hard to think so much strategy when you're just catching your breath from the last time you were out there.
Of course, if you pull it out of bounds, you also have the option of centering it on the end zone line. So
true.
Kind of.
Yeah, I wonder if he either didn't choose to do that or if it rolled out maybe, and so he had to take it over there. Yeah, there's a lot of players in our beach league that sort of throw these low runner hammers that just skip along the sand until they run out the sideline and forces teams to pick it up on the sideline, because you're putting them on the sideline, not letting them.
You want to take away that 2-point option?
Yeah.
Well, this is giving them squarely the 2-point option, and they have a handler out there who can throw it. Oh, they're just going to work it up.
Yes, that's all right. That's fine, Rock. That's fine.
So they're going to protect their lead. I guess they don't need the 2-pointer at this point.
Oh, that's a foul. You can hear that slap all the way over here from the sideline in the commentator's booth. Emily moving the mark. A little bump from the mark. It sounds like there was a foul.
Foul call.
Yep.
And I kind of agree with Fox City right here. I think that was a contact and then
body
throw.
Contact, yeah.
It wasn't on her hand. It was on her shoulder on the pullback.
Even if she throws it, if it's a foul, it comes back, correct? I don't think you can negate the foul by throwing the disc.
Correct. I mean, if you call a foul, you get bumped on your shoulder.
It's almost like a free play, right?
Well, that's what I think I'm saying. It's no. If it's a turnover, it's a turnover. You don't get fouled and then can pull it back and then throw whatever throw you want and then backtrack. It has to be on the throwing motion for it to come back. And I think what we're saying here is that it was bump, pull the backhand back, and then release the disc. And so sort of like,
that
you know,
would be a turn.
that
if she tries to ignore the foul, then okay.
Probably the old school Kobe and one where they're reaching into his arm and then he rises through and strips them. I think it's sort of in that breath.
Got it. So they're talking about it. They're talking about that very thing. Okay, so it's a turn.
Yeah, and that's I think what everyone was arguing.
Like the right play, yeah. All right, Fox City's got a chance to put another point on the board.
Turok swinging it over to Strider.
It's a nice put. Just
Just
Fox
floats
City
it over
read
the
that
defender.
as 24 read that. Just read that as Deanna Bjorkrust who read that disc. Caught that in the end zone.
Got a replay. Turok picks it up. Looked like it was a flick mark, but he just broke back towards the break side.
Alex Sermani. Just floated that just high enough over Ashley Landry.
And that was one of those that you definitely have on the grass and you just don't have on the beach. It's so hard to dig into the sand and really elevate. Although she did a pretty good job.
Yeah. Oh, Mad Dog's hanging in there.
Everybody's smiling for the camera this morning. They're down 9-7, but you can't be having a bad time out here.
Absolutely. So it's only a 2-point game again. You get a 2-point cross-gender throw. Right in it.
And it's funny, we talked about Long Beach probably having a lot of success yesterday with 2-pointers, having not seen their games, but I haven't seen them try a single 2-pointer this entire game, which is just shocking to me with 6'7" Jake Bomber.
Yeah, exactly. And I know they have women who can pull it like that.
Oh, they definitely do.
But they're taking a brick, so they're going to walk it up. They're definitely playing conservative ultimate right now, which is probably smart against this team.
Oh, and
Nice grab.
Matt
Great
Taylor
bid.
bidding, but Calvin grabs it.
Wow.
Before Jake can even get up, he's at stall 3.
Wow.
And finds Calvin through the kind of
They're
open
just-
side, break side throw.
They're just finding a way to get away from the Fog City defenders. I think they're really playing, they're taking advantage of the sand more so than
And she bounces it back to Jake, who goes to his knees, but able to stand up. And he just sees a lane over to that break side.
But then Calvin just gets wide open over there.
Calvin's been huge for this game. I would almost say he's probably the most impactful player on either team as of right now.
Yeah, he's sort of stealthy, isn't he?
Yeah.
I'm not really sure where he is.
And I think we got, 1 or 2 college players out there, and then he's the only high school player. So fun to see the youth in LA playing up with the some of the top club players in San Francisco.
So it's a 3-point game now. If they're going to make a move, they've got to do it now. We've got Mad Dog, Listener out there, Chuck Kindred.
Yeah, G, you're open, G.
And Gianna Tessler.
Gianna Tessler.
I've actually been saying Gianna's name a lot today.
Yeah.
She's been playing really well. Mad
That's a
Dog
nice
gets open
put.
going deep.
There it is. That was a pretty put.
And that's sort of that classic ultimate style we were talking about earlier, and it seems like Fox City's getting a hang of now is, Mad Dog started back in that handler spot.
Here's Gianna, too.
And during this whole time where Gianna throwing up the truck, Mad Dog's just churning up that far side.
Anticipating that continues sooner. That's a big,
She's got a ton of steps for an easy score.
Yeah, that's the way you got to play out here.
Yeah, I mean, Fox City's offense is looking a little bit better right now, but their defense just can't seem to stop Long Beach. I mean, Long Beach is fine, dumping, swinging, throwing 5-yard passes really up the whole length of the field.
Right, they're really being patient, which is another thing you have to do on the sand. You've got to wait and just swing it back and forth until your downfield cutters make a move.
So on defense, how do you think they're going to go about generating turns?
They've got to be tighter. They're leaving that dump wide open, and I think they really need to be tighter on that dump.
Yeah, I agree with that, especially with them just fine dumping swing. I guess it's hard to be tight on Jake when he's a 2-point threat coming out of there, but
Like that was good D right there. That really made him work for that. But those quick throws are really tough to defend. It's the cuts back to the disc. That's the key.
and
Another
with a
amazing
layout grab. You're seeing a lot of these scores lately coming from that handler spot, pushing up over the end zone.
So again, just like Mad Dog did a point ago, Uni makes that throw and then immediately goes down, goes deep to the end zone.
Jake with that 6'7" frame,
Nice
just being able to step around for an outside-in backhand.
Great grab, just off the sand.
Just off the sand, just in the corner.
He's excited.
Depth out of bounds, from the sideline out of bounds. Really the only spot that worked.
11-8, still a 3-point game. They just can't quite close that gap.
Yeah, they did have tighter defense, though, and you were talking about playing tighter on the dump. They were, but you saw a lot of the fills coming from Long Beach, coming from upfield on that point.
That's right. Those cuts back to the disc can just be brutal that way because there's nothing you can do about it. If your defender's behind you, you're open all day underneath. Yeah, they've got to be looking for a 2 here, I would think. It's crunch time now.
Yeah, but they got a guy and a girl in the back, and I always find that the 2-pointers work a lot better with same gender in the end zone to give yourself 2 options. But we're seeing Jeff go deep.
No.
Oh, but they didn't find it.
They're just going to go for the one. Well, that's a nice score.
An easy
That
one,
works.
but I feel like Slap with her throws may have had that. I don't know if she was at a high stall count or what.
So that was Turok to Jeff Voss.
So here's Jeff catching it, dumping it back to Slap, and see, this is the kind of motion that you want to see for a 2-pointer, but Slap, maybe it was just a good mark right there, and
He
she
was
didn't
so
like the
open.
look.
Yeah. And
Turok
that was
just
a
lofts
wide
one up
open
there.
throw.
And Brent gets kind of close, given that he's given up a couple inches, but he was running full speed, and Jeff was parked under where the disc was. So
That's a good O. It might be too little too late, but let's see. They just need to get a turnover, and they just have not been able to stop Long Beach's offense.
yeah, I think Long Beach only had one break this entire, been broken one time this entire game. So
Yeah.
it's pretty impressive, the offensive efficiency, and they've gone back to the
Big Jake in the end zone.
couple players that have worked for them on offense.
Again, cuts back to the disc.
And Calvin
Nice
with
throw,
the
Calvin, around his defender. He's just getting open at will.
and Jake wanting the hammer but doesn't have it.
Nice grab.
Great bid.
I want to say that number 7 is Ava Hanna. I want to say that she's young too. Nice score.
Wow.
That's 12. I think Ava might be in high school as well. I'm not sure.
I mean, she's got the energy of a high school right now. She just ran full field, caught it, got down, and then sprinted to her teammate to give her a hug.
We'll get another look at it here.
So you see her throwing over to Jake. Jake bounces.
But beautiful, just tight, crisp throws from all of their players.
Then the inside
And
backhand.
there she is.
You saw she threw it.
Heads up play, yeah.
2 throws later, she's got it again in the end zone, and that's the kind of motion we're seeing being pretty successful out here.
That's great.
But yeah, here you'll see her jump up and run over to her teammate. Maybe she needs a break right here.
I don't think she went out partying last night. I'm just guessing.
Well, if she's in high school, she's not old enough to either.
That's right. They never do that.
All right, 12-9. Long Beach on the
game point.
doorstep here.
Yeah. All right, Fog City's really got to make a move now. All right.
See, I'm shocked they even pulled it to the end zone there. You know you're up by 3. You don't even want to give them a 2-point look. Why not just give them like a...
There's a hammer to the...
Yeah,
Oh,
that's just
boy.
too far.
Yeah, that's a little too much for the sand.
It's impressive that Long Beach did that. I mean, maybe they've got that much confidence in their defense, or maybe they just weren't thinking about too much of it. But you see people at 12-9, 12-10 really just pulling like a half-field pull to prevent that 2-pointer.
Exactly.
Long Beach is a confident team this morning.
They sure are. From what I've seen, they've got every reason to be.
The Drums walking up the disc. This looking for 13 and win the game. Dumps it to Dina.
She's got... George comes back.
Spice Fox City's poaching as much as they are. There's no worry for the 2-pointer.
Yeah.
I think you would just play tight and almost force that deep throw. But they just... Oh, and we've got a throwaway.
Oh, no, he got it.
Oh, my God.
Wow. Layout score to win the game. Wow.
I guess that just shows how improbable that was. I thought it was easy turnover. But Drum puts on the boosters. We got Brent bouncing it over.
So 21.
And throws it over. And this just looks so far out into space. How is he going to get there? But he just uses that long frame.
It stays up just long enough.
And Long Beach continuing their upset journey through bracket play.
It's a throw from Liz Cowan.
Upsetting a lot of top players. And yeah, we got to find out, who that, the girl was that was.
So that was Liz Cowan who threw the score to.
Yeah, so Liz threw that, and then I was thinking Ava was their big player, Ava Hanna, and we're trying to figure out if she's in high school or not, and I wonder if she plays on the same high school team that Calvin does. But I mean, in my opinion, Calvin was the best player on the field, really for Long Beach.
Calvin, yeah, he was everywhere, and really great throws, really confident throwing. And
at the end of the game, he was drawing Mac Taylor as his matchup and still really doing well. Like, Mac was one of the best players on the U.S. mixed team that went to Worlds this year. And, Calvin, who's relatively unknown, even within the LA community, obviously, just really impressive out there on the beach.
And not intimidated by anybody. It didn't matter who was covering. It was like, all right.
Having once been a 15-year-old high schooler, I think there's a little bit of cockiness that comes with that, and you think you can take on the world. So, maybe Calvin's...
ignorance is bliss at this point. He'll get nervous in a couple years. Yeah.
Yeah.
Of course, he'll be an even better ultimate player then. So.
Yeah.
All right, great.
So we're signing off. We'll be here for the next game, which we've got to figure out how bracket play went to figure out who that was. But we'll be back in about 30 minutes, and we look forward to seeing you guys then.
Thanks. Joe Forbes, Allison Regan. Talk to you soon.